Once the dinghy was secured, we were off again, heading back south across the equator to the island of South Plazas. Day 4, and we woke early to beat the heat to visit South Plaza Island. It is 6 a.m., and we will not be having breakfast until after this excursion, but with the heat of the day just starting, we were kind of envious of the sea lions as they swam and played in the cool ocean along the shore. We have seen marine iguanas on Rabida Island, but here we will get to view some land iguanas up close. This isn't a very large island, but it has a very diverse animal population. The vegetation is short and dense except for the cactus trees.
So this belongs to land iguanas. Like those are the places where they come to dig a hole of 50 or 70 centimeters deep. As you see in the air, it's already empty. Maybe the babies already came out, But the babies, when they come out, what they do is to run right away under the bushes or under the rocks for protections of themselves. Land iguanas are able to lay from 5 to 15 eggs. So comparing to the marine iguanas, they are able to lay less eggs, from 2 to 4 eggs. And for all kinds of reptiles, to incubate the eggs, it takes about 3 or 4 months, right? As any other parts of the world, right? So this is the time that it takes. And afterwards, the babies will come out.
We strolled leisurely for 2 hours, just taking it all in. South Plazas is one of 2 islands where bachelor male sea lions, losers as they are referred to, come when they don't have a harem of females.
It's like a hospital here, because if you look at their necks, there are some scars. Still remains the scars there. It's like to be recovering here and be waiting for the next breeding time. It's gonna be for the next year. The next year he was gonna try it again. Will try fighting again and trying to win. But if they lose, they must come back to any of these 2 specific places. It might be South Plaza or it might be Rabida Island. And as you see, they are huge ones, so 600 pounds about. And look at the neck, it's thicker than the females, as well as they have a half bump on the forehead. It's very well pronounced on this one.
This is also a safe place for young mothers with their pups to congregate. Here, they are not bothered by the males, and they can safely raise their young.
We are coming into port on Santa Cruz to go see the Darwin Center. Yeah, the food has been delicious. Such good food. The crew has been really quite professional, knew exactly what they were doing, which was reassuring. We've seen so many things. Our snorkeling has been out of this world. The creatures that we've seen, we've had close encounters with sea turtles, nose to nose with sea lions, a few white-tip sharks right below us. Nice that they're white-tip sharks because they really don't like to nibble on people. And right now we're docking, about to enjoy our last delicious lunch on board. Say tearful goodbyes to the crew.
On the island of Santa Cruz, Puerto Ayora is the busiest port town in Galapagos.
That's one way to turn a boat. Yeah, he's turning us, isn't he?
This is the main tourist destination and home of the Charles Darwin Research Center.
Good parking.
After we got a little help anchoring in the port, we were taxied to town for the short walk to the center. The Charles Darwin Research Center is the home of a captive breeding center which has achieved spectacular success. When baby tortoises are strong and big enough to fend for themselves, they were released back to their native islands. The populations of tortoises were severely wiped out by hungry whalers in the 18th and 19th century, who were mostly surviving on salt pork when they reached the islands. Introduced species are now the biggest threat for the endemic populations of tortoises. Goats will feed on almost anything and have an incredible capacity to reproduce. Introduce a few animals on an island, and after a few short years, there will be several thousand. Goats leave nothing for tortoises to eat. Lonesome George is the most famous tortoise in the world. He is also the only one of his kind. His ancestors were slaughtered over a century ago. Discovered and rescued in the 70s, he has come to symbolize the plight of the unique animals of the Galapagos. Lonesome George is the only surviving member of his race, the only Pinta Island giant tortoise in existence. He was brought back to the Charles Darwin Research Center, and his story brought the plight of the Galapagos tortoises to the attention of the world. Extensive searches of his native island have failed to find Lonesome George a companion, but there is no reason he cannot enjoy female company from other islands. The researchers of the center have introduced George to similar tortoises, but up to now there has been no mating. Can Galapagos be spared the same fate as Lonesome George? Staring extinction in the face? Puerto Ayora is a laid-back little port town, one of just 3 small towns on this island. There is an estimated 40,000 people living on 5 different islands in the Galapagos, the majority of which live on Santa Cruz. There are a total of about 22 islands that make up the archipelago. The 4 of us, plus another couple, John and Katie, said our goodbyes after the center tour, as we would be staying in Puerto Ayora for the next 3 days, while the remainder of the passengers would continue to other islands. The Hostel Meneo was an attractive little hostel, fairly new with beautiful gardens. And the rooms were mucho grande in comparison to the cabins on the boat.
Hola! Welcome to our humble abode, our first land bed.
This will be the nicest hotel to stay in.
It really will be.